Hello everyone, I'm Kalen North, and today we're going to be playing Lightning Swift Strike against England 6 with our very special guest, imdanishtoo.
Hello.
Now, what board, do you have a board you suggest for this run?
Yes, board C is by far the best one. It's the most balanced for this particular matchup.
Alright, and we are going to be playing England 6, and we are going to be playing with events and Branch and Claw turned on. This is a little different from other videos that I've normally done where we tend to play with the Command Beasts option instead. But we're going to give this a try and see how it goes. Now, can you give us like a little bit of a high-level overview of what the strategy is for this before we really dive into the game?
Yeah, sure. So I always use the typical lightning strategy of growth 2 twice, playing nothing on the first. Growing from energy, and then from plays in the second turn, and then playing the 3 starting cards, and then basically reclaim looping until either you win or you get a downturn where you can place 2 more presents and get 6 card plays. And trying to just optimize your chances of getting lucky with events, and trying to prevent blight as much as possible, and of course preventing that high immigration build. For presence placement, I usually put presence in land 4, 5, and 6, or in land 3, 4, and 6. And the reason for that is land 6 and 4, they cover the whole island really well, and if or when you blight the island, it's really nice to be able to lose a bit of presence before you lose access to some of the lands.
Sure.
And it's really hard for lightning to take a downturn and place presence, so you want to avoid that as much as possible.
So I assume then we're going to start with 2 from the top track into land 4 then for this.
Yeah, that seems like a good. Reason why I often pick land 5 is there's blight there, so you don't want it to blight, and you don't want to blight where you have presence, so it's sort of making sure that there's not too many lands you don't want blight in, because you can't prevent all blight unless you're really lucky.
Sure.
So,
Alright, so no cards this turn. We let the invaders go.
and see what happens.
Well, event deck discard and get a jungle explorer.
Yeah. What event was discarded?
Looks like tight-knit communities.
Okay, there's a few events to look out for, and this one is not one of them. Then presence, and whether it's best to put it in land 3 or 5, I really don't know. So whichever you prefer, really.
I'm inclined to go for land 5 here just because we have Dahan and invaders there already, which seems like it could be useful for some of the events and fear cards going forward. But
yeah, that seems like a good thing. And then of course play the 3 starting cards, and we want to destroy the towns in the wetlands. Now, there's one event that I'm really scared of. I forgot the name of it, but that's the one where if you have a lone Dahan, it's turned into a town. So I want to avoid that at almost all costs.
So do we want to Harbinger's Dahan into the jungle then, or do we want to Harbinger's Dahan into the land 8 to get that counterattack?
I would. So another thing that's dangerous is to get 5 fear in the first turn, because then you cannot prevent double high immigration.
Okay.
So I would actually consider putting playing Harbingers on land 1.
Sure, and then putting the 2 Dahan in land 6.
Yes, and you lose out on a fear, but that means if you get an event card that gives 1 fear from beasts in lands with invaders, you're still good to go.
Gotcha. All right, and then I assume Thundering Destruction in land 5.
Yeah, and Shadow Homesteads on land 8. And Lightning Spoon is almost useless here, so
yeah,
we're looking for land to replace it with.
All right, we just got Investigation of Dangers, which
at some point you'll be allowed to see what it did.
Yeah, so we added a Explorer to a land without invaders or Dahan, which...
But there were no lands to do that in.
So. Yeah, so Huzzah! The
Good,
board is covered.
Beast destroyed it.
Beast destroyed an explorer in the jungle. And
we got to play a slow power.
yeah, which
we don't really
didn't
care
do too much. England's did still get their adjacency build in land 4.
Yeah, there's not much we can do about that.
Yeah.
Land 2 has 2 buildings to begin with. So.
Yeah. All right. So then we're going to start our reclaim loop. I assume minor powers?
Yeah. Yes.
Now, what are we looking for here other than fire elements, low 0 costs, that kind of thing?
That's really it. I mean, growth through sacrifice and sap the strength of multitudes are the 2 best ones, and fire in the sky. That is really good. I would go with Savage Small Beasts here because it's free and it allows us to destroy a city. Although, of course, we can't really prevent the blight in land 1. So I'd play the definitely those 3. And the question is whether we want to play Lightning Spoon as well.
No, I find that interesting because I would windmill slam Lightning Spoon down normally here and just take out the city, but that's where I don't know as much about what I'm doing here.
Yeah, so I'm giving up land 1 for now. We will have to worry about it because it is going to come up in stage 2. But this way we can save an energy, which can be really useful for later.
Okay.
So just shatter the
town in land 4?
In land 4. And then kill the explorer in land 8 with Savage Small Beasts. Then we prevent a build there.
All right.
Get the fear that we need.
Should we be using Shatter Homesteads or Thundering Destruction? Because Savage Mob Beasts will generate a fear.
Yeah, that's true. So we can just do Thundering Destruction as well.
All right. And then event card is Rising Interest in the Island.
It's great. We can discard a card to get a free fear card.
Yeah.
And we don't care about the extra damage from buildings.
I assume we're going to discard Raging Storm here.
Yeah.
So Weave Lies, discard Raging Storm.
And let's put the beast in land 1.
Sure.
And we get a beast. It's good to have beasts in lands with many buildings for the later fear cards.
And now
we want to prevent exploring land 3, because if they get a second explorer in there, which is fairly likely, then we're in trouble.
Okay. Explorers not affect coastal lands.
Well, then we won't be in trouble this time, but we'll see. Okay.
Well, that was nice.
So land 1 is going to be a problem now, but we just have to see what we can do. I would shatter the town in land 3.
Shatter the town in land 3.
Yeah.
And what are we doing with Harbingers this turn?
Yeah. I'm inclined to let land 7 go because it's more important to focus on the coast. So I'll put the hand from land 6 into land 1.
All right, and then we just sort of either hope for a defensive power or else take out those buildings?
Yeah. Yeah. Reclaim and see what we get, and then make a strategy from there. Ooh.
Interesting choices here.
Yeah. So defend is really good, of course, especially when England does their build then ravage. Moon and Sun is really good because there are some nasty events that require those elements, and of course a free fire and is also good because it's an upgrade of Lightning's Boon because it's free.
Yeah.
I think I would go with that one, Land of Haunts and Embers.
Land of Haunts and Embers. Now, are we likely
use the effect?
Or sorry?
I rarely use the effect because it's
It does add blight, so.
Yeah.
All right. So now this turn, we do have that extra energy from not playing Lightning's Boon.
Yeah.
Are we going to just go for these 4?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay. And then that lets us take out the city in land 1 potentially, or else clear land 7. I guess I don't know which is more important here.
I would consider clearing land 2 because
land 2.
Yes, because land 3 is going to ravage and then build.
Oh, okay.
And if we destroy at least one of the buildings in land 2, then we destroy a building in land 2 and one in land 1, because then land 7 will be the one where they do the escalation build in. And then the coast is a bit more manageable.
All right. So, Thundering Destruction on land 2. I would assume. Take out the city?
Yeah. And shatter a town in land 1. Yeah, we want to do that because then we can choose which land they will do the escalation in.
Start building their capital, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we going to do anything with Savage Mob Beasts, Harbinger of the Lightning, or Land of Haunts and Embers this turn?
No, let's keep them so we can earn more fear cards next turn.
Okay. So then I'm going to...
Or in the slow phase, I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to finish using powers here. Urban Development. So during the next normal ravage, each city does +2 damage. Which, fortunately, they're ravaging in the mountains, and we're just letting that go, so not too bad.
But we ignore disease during builds this invader phase. That's really annoying.
Yeah. We are also going to get 3 fear from Fierce Mean, which
is really nice.
It's nice, but it does push us into the next fear card.
Yeah, but that's 3 fear is good enough. We can allow that.
Okay. So that disease token, I would assume land 1 would be the place to go, given that we're going to see at least one more build there.
Yeah, let's do that. And we get turn 2. That's quite nice, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm inclined here to gather that town from land 5 into land 7, but I suppose that forces their capital to start getting more cities.
Yeah, but I think that's still good.
So gather this town here.
Yeah. Right, we can remove the town from land 2. That's really great. Then we prevent a city there. Oh, and also prevent the build in land 3 that I was trying to prevent. I had forgotten that land 4 would build. Ah, damn. Oh yeah, right. So we built in land. Ah. Oh, it's gonna be tough, this one.
So
let's do land 7 and see. It's tough because they will build 3 times in that land then next turn.
Yeah.
And that is a loss.
So we would have to dedicate at least one of Thundering Destruction or Shatter Homesteads to land 7 then.
Yeah.
Whereas if we go to land 1, we're still in trouble if we don't get a good fear defense.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough one. Let's go for land 1 because we're going to try and destroy the... Yeah. We can kill the Explorer in land 1, that's something. Then what do we want to do? At least land 3 is okay. We can take the Dahan out of there, I guess.
So I would assume that at this point getting, or you want to take the Dahan out of land 3? You were saying?
Just thinking of which Dahan are doing something and which ones are not. But this is such a difficult situation already, because we want to destroy the town in land 2 for multiple reasons. And then we have one more town destruction or city destruction, which we could do in land 1, but it's not going to be anywhere near enough. So maybe we take the Dahan out of land 1. We also shove a bunch of Dahan in there and hope for a defend per Dahan event, or fear card. But it's.
I mean, this does seem like it's a situation where we almost need to gamble a little bit on that, but. Yeah. At least to me, but I also boost England a lot more than you do. So
This does look like a game that's going to be very hard to win, but let's push some Dahan into land 1 and hope for the best. We could consider going for a major power. There are a few that would help us. We do have 6 energy once we've reclaimed.
Okay. Let's give it a shot. I'm a big fan of instruments.
Yeah, I think that's the best one here.
Pyroclastic Flow is useless because we don't have any presence in a mountain.
Yeah.
Cast Down in the Briny Deep's way too expensive, and Flow Like Water, Reach Like Air, we don't have presence with the invaders right now.
Yeah, so that's... and then forget Raging Storm. Actually, no, let's forget Lightning Spoon, because we're not going to use that one.
That's true. Raging Storm has one more element for events if need be.
Yeah. And we have 4 cards we can play.
So, Instruments of Their Own Ruin. I'm imagining play that on a city in land 1.
Yeah, then we can actually handle land 1.
Something like this?
Yeah.
And then take out a town, I assume.
Yeah. And then, destroy a city in there. And then comes the question. I think we're gonna... The best thing here is actually to destroy the town in land 2, because they will ravage there.
Yes.
And if we don't destroy it, then they'll build and ravage in land 3. And then next turn they'll build and ravage again there.
Yeah.
So...
And we can still hope for something defensive here in land 1.
So let's take the Dahan from land 3 to land 4, so we have Dahan in a land without presence, just in case we get years of little rain, which would give us an extra presence, which would be really nice.
All right. Event card. Years of Little Rain. Nice call.
Nice. Yeah, that solves all problems. Well, some problems at least.
All right.
So
ease the drought.
Forget Raging Storm.
This is why we forgot Lightning's Boon earlier. And then I assume we want to take from card plays here.
Yeah, definitely.
Then each beast deals 2 damage.
Yeah, sure. Doesn't really matter to the town.
And then we got to defend.
Yeah. So this turn is good. They don't build. It's fine. That was really lucky. And
they've still got a capital about to finish up there, but
yeah, let's destroy the guy in land 1.
Is that better than taking out the town in land 4?
Oh no, no, it doesn't matter. We'll play the card again next turn, I think. So
then
destroy the town then. I never considered doing damage to towns because it's such rare that you can actually do anything with it.
Yeah.
But now it's time for another minor, I think, because we don't have the energy to do anything else. And we just got saved by... Oh, that's an interesting one. No, it's not. Steam Vents, because then we can reach our next...
we can reach level...
Which is really nice.
Level 3?
Yeah.
So Steam Vents, Shatter, Harbingers, and Haunts and Embers? No, that's...
And Savage Mob
And Savage Mob Beasts. And Savage Mob Beasts. Nice. Right, 5 card plays.
Yeah.
So then that'll take out 2 cities in land 7.
Yes. And we can destroy the guy in land 1, so he doesn't build with Savage Mob Beasts.
Alright, so guy in land 1 with Savage Mob Beasts. I assume Steam Vents in land 4.
Yeah. No reason not to.
Take out 2 cities.
Yeah. Push the Dahan from land 4 into land 7, because we might get an event that does... there is one event where you do the Dahan... It's the same event that replaces Dahan. At higher terror levels, the Dahan will destroy buildings, but that's fine, then we win if they do that.
Sure. Do we shatter homesteads fast or slow?
Let's... I think let's just do it slow, because they are going to build in land 4.
Okay.
We can shatter that one.
All right. So then I'd say let's finish using powers and keep going.
Yep.
New species spread.
Yeah. Don't really want blight.
We
so
can
I
only
would,
we could forget Land of Haunts and Embers at this point to do the transmute.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do.
New diseases is gonna kill a Dahan.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that.
I mean, they're probably gonna die in the Ravage anyway at this point.
Oh, right, there's a rabbit now. I forgot.
Oh.
Okay. Maybe they'll do some nice defense. Yeah, just...
So forget Lands of Haunts and Embers.
Yeah.
And we've already used Thundering Destruction, so we don't worry about the elements.
So it's all good.
Oh, nice. Beast token got rid of an explorer in a town. Not so useful.
Sign of the game going well for us.
So, okay. So we could push...
Yeah, then we can prevent the build in land 4, actually.
Yeah, so shove everything into land 6?
No, then they'll build in land 1.
Oh, so shove everything into land 8.
Yeah. And yeah, we will lose an explorer, or lose a Dahan and Blight, but well.
Disintegrating ecosystem.
Yeah, it's a bad one for this game. Oh no, it's actually fine.
I would assume take out the Beast in Land 4. Just,
yeah.
And then we can add Blight to land 8.
Yeah. Yeah, and cascade into land 4. So how far are we? Are we 1 or 2 fear cards away from Terror?
We are 1 away from Terror 3.
Okay. Stupid town and city being added, so we can't win this turn. But anyway, let's destroy a town and reclaim.
Now we go for a miner again, I assume?
Yeah, I think so. We want a 0-cost miner. Oh, 1 cost actually.
Speron has nice elements, but I would I like Gift of Living Energy here, if nothing else.
Gift of Living Energy is quite nice. And then we play the 5 that we can play. Oh, it's a shame we can't really reach, so yeah, that's fine.
1 element shy.
Yeah. Well, we can destroy the... Yeah, give ourselves some energy, destroy the guy in land 6. No reason not to, with steam vents. And...
Thundering Destruction, I would assume the city in land 7 is the bigger deal because of the build.
Yeah. And...
Savage Mob Beasts the Explorer?
Yeah, we can do that.
And we'd want to... we want to shatter homesteads to stop the adjacency build, I assume.
Yeah. And... Yeah. Kill the Explorer. There are some fear cards that let us just remove invaders when there's 1 or fewer.
So, on each board, add a Blight to a land with or adjacent to buildings.
Yeah, I think I would just destroy the presence in land 5.
That sounds fair,
yeah. Just select the land and then...
then you can land 6, destroy 2 presence in land 5. Choose a land with disease, so we can clear land 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems like a good one to... yeah.
Not quite so useful there.
No. I mean, it's a bit of a weird position to be in. We just need to reclaim and destroy the city. But
yeah.
Push the Dahan around a bit.
Shove some Dahan around. Reclaim. Doesn't really matter.
No blight removal to boost the score, unfortunately.
And then we can just play our cards.
Yeah.
Thundering Destruction.
And then we have 1.
Wow. 66. Not quite as good of a score, but I mean,
No, but
it's
I
a
think
win
any
against
win is
England
good win.
6. So I'm gonna say I'm happy with it, no matter what happens here.
And it could have gone so much worse
Yeah.
with that jungle coming up and the mountains coming. The coastal mountain coming up 3 times in a row was pretty good that we didn't get adjacency builds there.
Yeah. I feel like I need to go back now and just rewatch this because we're recording this. I just feel like I need to go back and rewatch this and try and absorb the decision points better, because there's definitely some things that went against my intuition a few times, clearing out land 2 early on when I was thinking about trying to go and clear somewhere else. Just because you were pointing out, we really need to deal with the adjacency build to land 3 at that mountain, and that things like that were just. I hadn't even considered that yet. So.
Oh, but that's really what it's also why Sap the Strength of Multitude, the Defend 5 card, is my favorite card in this matchup, because if you don't manage to prevent these adjacency builds, then the build then Ravage can be prevented completely or mitigated completely with that card.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this. Do you have any final thoughts on England 6?
It's a good question. Not that I can think of right now.
All right. Well, thanks again. And I'm Kalen North. This with our guest, imdanishtoo. This has been Lightning versus England 6. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Thank
Take
you
care
for watching.
now.